long did it take for you to plan your prom? How about picking your car? Now, how much time should we take to research our own funerals? When funerals and death are brought up, it brings a sour and distasteful mood to the room. And with the growing expenses, it makes it even harder to think about our own death. I have always been interested in the world of funeral homes, and I am currently going to school for military sciences so that I can continue this career. I have experienced death firsthand, and I would like to change the world in a way to help people go through it in the way that I did. 69% of American adults want to arrange their funerals, but only 17% have put plans in place with CapTrust. Doing research while we have time allows us to learn more, and it makes it easier for us to plan in this time. Understanding the origins of death and how it was dealt with makes the process easier to comprehend and work with. Through the history of embalming in America, the options present to us, and looking at other cultures, we will be able to understand death in a better way since it's such a universal thing. First, in American history, as the Pilgrims came to North America, death was present. It always has been, and it always will be. When someone had passed away, the women would prepare the body, and the men would go out and they would make the casket. That's quite as simple as it's basically free. You go out to your backyard, you find a tree, you make a casket, and you prep the body with what you have at home. However, when the Civil War came to be, a lot of families were displaced from their loved ones. So that is when embalming became very popular. Bodies were preserved in alcohol and sent back to their homes so that they could lay in their final resting place. And as time has gone on, things have grown more expensive since that is done now all over the US and all over the world, coming to 2021. Now, back to the present, we have many options at our fingertips. We are now embalming bodies with formaldehyde, which is a very, very poisonous chemical, and as much as it hurts us, it allows bodies to be to keep themselves preserved. To the point where even unsolved murders can be brought back to find poison on these embalmed bodies, and even to look at their fingerprints. Formaldehyde and embalmed bodies are usually done for open burials that are in caskets and viewings, a lot of things that also tend to be the most expensive route. Another interesting type of funeral are called green funerals. You have the ability to compost your body after you have passed, and you could either throw your ashes out. It's a lot of a cheaper option, but it also allows you to give back to the earth in the same way you took from it throughout your life. My third point is looking at different cultures. Death will happen to everyone, and there's no way to run from it, and it's something that should be embraced. In Hindu traditions, the body, after it passed, would be washed in a river so that it could be pure, and then later cremated, and it would be prayed over while everyone eats, and it's this big celebration of this life. South Asian Buddhists, as a person was coming close to death, they would whisper the name of Buddha in their ear, so that they could have good fortune even after death. And they also were cremated in a way that they were put in a casket and they would throw lit candles over it. And then that was a very traditional way to go out in Buddhism. However, for the Jewish, cremation is actually not really good for them, since it is considered a desecration of the body. So they go the traditional route, which is being embalmed and put in the ground in a casket. Same with the Catholic and Christian ideals. Burials were very traditional, and then later, when things started to get a little more expensive, we branched out and we were able to look at different things like cremation and the screen burial. In these QR codes, you can see the different types and just little pictures. And I'll give you a moment. So as we can see, there are many different options, and there's different ways to experience death around the world. In conclusion, death will greet us eventually. That is something that we as people just need to understand. However, it does not need to be a scary thing. I hope that with this speech, I was able to inform you of the different ways death influences everyone around us and the way we can work with it. Understanding these origins of death allows us to truly know how these people got to deal with their loss and how it now influences our decisions today. Through our past, present, and future, death will always be present, but we will get through it. Thank you so much.